All right, Pisces. So, right off the bat, outright, somebody wants to know if you either love them, if you still love them, or if you could love them. Like, would you love me? So, take that as it resonates. I'm freezing. I had to put my robe on. I'm like actually freezing. I did just drink a smoothie though, and I think that's why. Because I was kind of, I don't know, I've kind of had chills all day, which is weird. I just dropped my pen. Did I? Here it is. Let me get it with my toes. Pick it up with my toes. But yeah. Now listen, if this is not resonating with you and you're like, nobody's wondering if I love them. I've been single for 1,500 years. Well, it's somebody you know. Maybe it's a child of yours. Maybe it's a best friend of yours. They have someone wondering if they love them, the person you know. They have someone wondering if that person loves them. Or the person themselves that you know, or that you're related to, or that you're friends with, or whoever. They're wondering if someone loves them, or still loves them, or would love them, or if they found someone else. Someone's wondering if someone is with somebody else here, or have they met someone new. Someone's thinking that. And it could be, I mean, there could be things that are like, am I yelling? What do I feel like I'm yelling? Let me talk a little slower. We're just gonna ASMR it. Man, I mean, I do feel a little bit off, and maybe it's making someone not feel good, because I really don't feel the greatest. I mean, my energy is fine, but I really, like, I'm getting a headache. Like, I'm actually getting a temple headache. I feel cold. I feel like I'm coming down with something. But I think it's because I'm fucking tired, and it's almost like I'm taking on someone's energy. Like, my ears are all weird because I feel like I'm yelling. I'm not trying to yell. I'm not trying to talk loud. I think someone's getting upset the more they think about something. Maybe they haven't heard from you in a while, vice versa, or they have no way of getting in touch with you or something, and it's, I don't know, maybe they do. Either way, I hope I'm making sense. I'm just going to keep saying it so I don't get confused, as if it's someone who's thinking that you're talking to someone new. Maybe they already know you are. Maybe they know you are. Maybe you're not at all. A lot of you, I think that you're not actually. You know, let's say are you in a relationship? Oh my God, we're going to have to give scenarios here because this is going to be all over the place. So for those of you who are in relationships, your person, I believe, wonders if you like have feelings for someone new. Unless, of course, you've told them that you do, and maybe this is like an open relationship. But yeah, they're thinking that maybe you want someone else. Or you could be wondering if your partner wants someone else, has a new relationship, wants to be with someone else, something. If you're single here, but you've been getting to know someone, been talking to someone, they want to know why you, I'm hearing, are falling off. Maybe you just aren't talking as much as you normally do. Maybe you're feeling a bit more isolated or emotional during this time. Maybe you're just kind of not with it. You know, it may have nothing to do with this person, and you may not actually even be interested in anyone else, or even sort of entertaining anyone, but they could be thinking it. And just to kind of ease their mind, ease my troubled mind. Yes, you do. Yeah, someone's definitely troubled. They're troubled. They're really, and the more that they're thinking about it, the more that it's eating them alive. Like, I can't handle it if you're with someone else, or if you have feelings for someone else. Like, I think that they would handle it. It's not like this person's going to lose it or nothing, but I do think it's like they just want to know, you know? It almost feels like a person here who, if they don't get a yes or no, or they don't get what they're feeling, like, I don't know, a yes or a no, if they don't get that, they're just going to maybe, like, I hope this isn't someone who, like, lashes out or something, you know, maybe creates some sort of strife or drama or an argument, just because, I mean, it's better than nothing. That's kind of how it feels here, you know. To them, it's better than nothing. It's better than sitting here and it eating me alive, because I do feel like somebody's being, like, something's really eating them alive, especially if they know that, you know, there's a possibility that someone else is you're entertaining someone else, or that someone else has got your heart or something like that, you know what I mean? It's killing someone. Again, if this is not you, it's somebody you know or someone you love, and they could be really in love with someone, and that person they could be with someone else. They could be trying to figure out who they want to be with, or maybe they're not. Like, they could just be, some people are just different, You know, I'm one of them. Some people are just different. They can go quiet for days, weeks. It's not ghosting. I mean, some people will be like, no, that's ghosting. Have you ever met someone who's neurodivergent? I mean, you can't just jump to the first conclusion and be like, oh, that's what, you know what I mean? Like, some people also, even if people aren't, some people require more time to regroup, you know? Now, some people do things like that, and you know, it's because they're playing games. I don't get someone who's playing games here, I have to be honest. I don't think someone's playing games at all. In fact, I think they're focused on their career. I think they're focused on their health, their family, their children, their themselves if they don't have kids or whatever, their pets. I think this is actually a really busy person, and a lot of you, this could be you, and it's reversed, and someone's wondering about you. Have you met someone new? Is there someone else? Are you with someone else? Do you want someone else? And you're like, no, I'm fucking tired, man. I'm tired. I've been working a lot. And I'm not even sort of interested in anyone else. I'm not interested really in anything right now at all other than getting my shit together and continuing to do so. It's something like that, you know? I do think someone's troubled and they'd like you to just put them at ease and just let them know, because I think it's like eating them. I'm serious. Like, it's, you know, and then they go back and forth with things kind of in their mind, like, does Pisces just not really give a shit about me? Pisces just doesn't care about me, or something like that. Some of them may think you're actually hiding a relationship and it's just a matter of time before they find out about it, or it's just a matter of time before you break their heart. I don't know. Someone's being really negative. Unless, of course, someone's onto something and they're right. I just don't think that. I don't think that here at all, because the person I'm picking up on, they seem to have a full cup, you know? And if a person has a full cup, energetically speaking, like, I'm going to say this is you and I'm tapping into your energy, your cup feels very full to me, which would tell me you probably aren't talking to anyone. And if you are, you have a very good balance. But I would think you're probably not talking to anyone because your cup is full. People who talk to a lot of people, or people who are getting to know someone, their cup can tend to be rather empty because they're spending all that time focusing on someone else, giving all that time and attention they could be giving to themselves to another. So when someone comes off to me with very full energy, what that tells me is this is someone who spends most of their time alone. They spend most of their time to themselves. They are probably a creator, very creative individual. They like to, they like their downtime. They're also probably very homely. They like to be at home. And if they do go places, that's what they do. Like, this could be somebody who it's like so fucking innocent, man. Like, they won't even pick up their phone. They won't even look at their phone. Like, they don't even give a shit, you know, unless they're working on it. They won't pick up their phone. I am very much like this. Won't pick up my phone, won't look at it, like, unless I fucking have to. I mean, sometimes that can be kind of a bad trait. Like, if you're getting emergency phone calls from people who need you and they're like, hey, you know, but you're nowhere to be found because you're kind of like just decompressing. But sometimes that's just how it is, you know. What did we do back in the day before we fucking had cell phones, before we had computers and shit always on us? You know, some people will get, and I used to be really like this, like get bent out of fucking shape. But this is different. It's like, I'm busy. I'm just doing my own thing. I'm working, or I'm like, I'm just doing me. I'm doing my own thing. I don't know. I'm not saying someone wants to control you or have you check in with them or answer to them, but I'm telling you, if you don't, or like you don't answer at a certain time, unless of course this isn't you and it's somebody that you know and love, this is happening with them, they freak out a little bit about it. Bothers them. It's like, what are you doing? What's Pisces doing? Who's Pisces talking to? They're probably talking to someone else. They're probably texting someone else and ignoring mine, or not talking to me. They ignored my call, but I know they saw it. I know they did. And it's like, shh. Someone overthinks here. It's probably, I mean, not that this is a bad person, but they've probably been cheated on a lot, or this is someone who's been lied to a lot. They've been manipulated, led to the slaughter, betrayed, stolen from, I mean, you name it. I feel like this is someone who has been hurt a lot. I mean, we've all been hurt a lot. But this type of energy, I can relate to both people here. I just don't think it's necessarily the healthiest for you or whoever the one that's really independent here, because I think even both energies are independent, but one person's like, as much as they may act like, well, it doesn't bother me if I don't hear from you or if you don't message me back, inwardly, yes, it does. Yeah, it does. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually very understandable. I mean, it is, but that's not for everybody. Not everybody likes that. And I don't think it'll be a problem here unless this person acts on it, like does blow up or does like create a problem that's not there or tries to assume something about the other when it's not true. That I think will definitely push someone away, push you away, because it'll be like someone's going to feel accused here of doing something, and they're like, I really hate that type of energy. This is why I focus on myself. This is why I focus on my family. This is why I focus on my child, my children, my fur babies, my career. This is why I spend the majority of my time the fuck alone. Because this right here, and I'm telling you, it's not coming from a bad place. I genuinely don't think it is. It's just someone's dealing with... Now, let's say someone's in a relationship. I do see that here for some. If someone's in a relationship, it's possible they're with someone who can tend to be a bit demanding. Where are you? What are you doing? Why didn't you answer? How long was your lunch? Where did you go on lunch? Who was there? You know, and maybe there's been a break in trust before, or maybe someone has just always been that way. I don't know. Do I need to come up there? Or, you know, I'm going to check in on you, or let me see your phone. Like, this is someone who definitely goes through their partner's phone. They definitely check the cameras. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Especially if this is a mutually agreed upon relationship. I mean, this will be somebody who knows what they're dealing with, you know? So obviously they love it, or they love the person, because they wouldn't be with them if they didn't like this behavior. But I do think at times it can be a little heavy, you know, if it's too much, if it's done in excess. And there could be a person here who's getting a little excessive, maybe, or will in the near future, with their suspicions, or maybe even with their, I don't know. Somebody could be with someone who has a hard time trusting. But I mean, I can't say I don't get that. I do get that. Also, though, that's not for everybody. Not everybody's gonna like that. So I think it just depends, you know. For the majority, I feel like this is single people I'm picking up on. And I think that it's not someone who means to be controlling. Even if those in relationships, I don't think someone means to be controlling here. It's just kind of like, I can't really help it because I just love you so much, and I don't like change. And when change happens, that's what this is. Somebody is uncomfortable with the slightest bit of change. When the change happens, it's like, what are you changing? Why are you doing that for? Did you talk to someone else? Did you meet someone else? But that's a little, that can be that can be a lot, guys. That can be a lot. Now let's say there's two people here, and they're both available and single, and or maybe not, I don't know. One person's definitely single here for some of you. And you could have a person who used to connect to them, and somehow they lost touch, and this person's like, did they quit talking to me because they found someone else, or because they don't love me anymore, or they don't have feelings for me anymore? Like, why is it that they quit talking to me? They changed. They completely changed, you know? There's that change again. And I don't think it's true unless it is. But in all scenarios, I don't think it's true. I think the person changed, yeah. You can change and quit talking to somebody, but not necessarily because you got to go find someone else. I mean, I know, isn't that like a saying here? The best way to get over someone is to find someone else. But I don't know. From experience, in my own opinion, now that works for some people. But for me, I think it was very toxic for me to do that. And I've done it. I think it's toxic for me. So I don't know. Coming from only that experience, from my own trial and fucking error, I would say that's not always wise. If you're going to distract yourself with a person, let it be yourself. Let yourself be distracted from another with yourself. Give yourself all the time you are giving another. I wouldn't, for one, I just don't think it's fair to the other person too. Like the person that's, you know, that one may be using to get over someone else. I think that's actually really wrong. because I've been the one used and I've been the one doing that, and I think it's wrong, but that's just my opinion, you know, and I'm not always right, you know, in fact, I'm wrong a lot of times, so, but I just, from experience, I feel like it's best to focus on us. So I think that's what someone's doing here, and someone may be like, I've noticed that you've changed, or, you know, something, and it's like, yeah, I love me now. I started to love myself. That's what changed. I'm tired. I'm just really tired. I'm really focused on what I want to do, and there's just not enough time in the day, so one's gonna have to give, and it just so happens to be the connection that I have or had or whatever with you. And someone's either going to really understand that or they're not. They may just want an explanation, but then sometimes here we have people who are like, I shouldn't have to explain shit. I'm not, what am I, in high school again? Am I explaining to my mom and my dad? Now, some people like explaining. They like that because it's a mutually agreed upon type thing where it's like, you know, daddy, mommy type, dom, sub type thing. That's for some people. Some people are like, if you ask me what I'm doing again, I'm gonna fucking cut you off. I'm gonna block you, and I'm never gonna talk to you again. And it's like, damn, you know, and it's like, no, seriously, I'm a grown-ass woman, I'm a grown-ass man, and I don't answer to no one. You got different types of people in the world. Whew. Whatever this is, it's extremely draining. It's got someone deeply in their emotions and in their head. It's got them thinking, and possibly been out of shape a little bit here. Kind of something's throwing somebody off. It could be anything. Maybe it's a change in your demeanor. Maybe it's you've taken a little longer to respond or answer. Maybe it's I don't know, maybe you started changing things up, like getting a little sexier, changing your style, changing your hair, you know, losing a little weight, getting fit, getting slim, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you've done or you're doing, or maybe you said something and got somebody wondering, like, were you really talking about you? And you're like, no, I'm not talking about me. You know, but it's, I mean, I don't know. Someone here is letting their, I want to say their emotions and their mind get the best of them, run away with them. Again, I don't know. I don't think this is a bad person. I just think that, you know, they feel that there's a change coming and they don't want it to happen. They don't like it. And maybe for some there is a change coming. Maybe for some you have found someone else, or you do want someone else, or you are going to choose, and it will be this one over this one. But for a lot of you, I don't think that's it. You're choosing you for fucking once. You're choosing you. And maybe it's just during this time. You're just a little more distant during this time. It doesn't mean you won't go back to normal or whatever they're comfortable with in the next couple of weeks, you know, but for now, you just, I don't know. But if you're in a relationship and you really love your partner, I would just kind of reassure them if you feel that the need to, and just let them know, I love you, baby. I'm just kind of focused on me right now. I'm going through a lot. I'm really busy. I'm really like focused. I don't know. Just, I would just communicate and let them know, because they're freaking the fuck out. And, I don't know. Some people are like that and they're fine. Like, they're not jealous or overly untrusting. They just tend to be like that. I mean, some people love relationships like that. And if it's mutual, then I say to each their own, leave people alone. Like, if that's how people want to have, you know, I think people have a right to be in the relationships they want to be in if it's consensual and mutual. But, you know, I have been in a relationship like that before, several, but one that's popping on the top of my head. And that was like, I couldn't get out of that bitch fast enough. Seriously. It was extremely suffocating and controlling. And it was one of my shortest relationships I ever had. But this guy was awful. Like, so awful. I mean, I basically, you know who he kind of reminded me of? Like, what I imagine Kanye West to be. You know? Like that. I mean, that's kind of how he reminded me of. Just even kind of, I felt like a horse that had to put fucking blinders on everywhere I went. Like, if I so much as looked in the wrong direction and someone happened to be standing over there that made this person feel uncomfortable, they'd be like, are you looking at him? Are you looking at her? I'm like, God, are you fucking serious right now? Like, I can't even, seriously, I cannot believe that shit. I cannot believe that shit. But it happened. And I mean, I used to be super fucking insecure too, whereas now I look back and I'm like, Now, I'm not saying that this person is insecure because they need confirmation or they need reassurance constantly from their partner. Again, to each their own, and they have their own reasons and whatever, but I definitely was. And I was with people before, especially one who was like very insecure, who was like that, and it was so fucking toxic. It was so toxic. And it's literally like, I'm so drained in this message. I feel tired. I actually don't feel super great. I'm sure you can tell. But I think I just really need a good nap. My stomach kind of hurts. I think someone's stomach is in knots, and I got that for someone else. Someone's stomach's in knots. They're probably unable to sleep very well. There's a lot they want to say, and right now, because they haven't been able to get it off their chest for whatever reason, or this is coming. Maybe you just haven't talked to them for several hours because you've been busy at work. I don't know, but they've been fuming. Maybe it's been years, months, and there's so much they have on their mind, and so much they want to ask you, and so much they want to say. Some of you, this is someone who wants to catch back up, and they want to know, are you still single? Or are you with anyone? Are you seeing anyone? Or they may want to know, do you still love me? Do you love me at all? Do you have feelings for me still? And you may be like, are you still married? And then they'll be like, nope. She left me, or he left me, or something like that. I don't know. I mean, we would hope that instead of them still be in a relationship, right? That's not for everybody, because that would be awful. Hopefully no one's trying to cheat here or hide anyone. That would be not great. Maybe you just let someone know soon, Pisces or cross-watcher. Maybe you let them know, especially if you do love someone. You may be like, look, I do love you, and I'm not interested in anyone else. I'm not talking to anyone else. I don't want anyone else. You want to put their mind at ease. You might want to do that, especially if you do really love someone. You may just be like, I'm just really focused on me right now. It seems to be a lot going on with me lately, more than normal. And so I'm sorry I've been a bit distant, but don't worry. I'll let you know if I meet anyone or I miraculously start talking to anyone, but my eyes are only on you. But mostly on myself right now, and mostly on my career and my kids and my family. That's it. Aside from that, no. I'll be the first to tell people, you know, I am seeing someone, I'm interested in someone else, I'm talking to someone, but a lot of you don't think that you are. I think you're just focused. And it takes a lot of energy on whatever it is you're focused on. It takes a lot of your energy. I mean, like a whole lot of energy. You could even be an energy worker. Like you could be maybe starting a new spiritual practice, or you're doing something, but it takes a lot of energy. Or maybe you're on a certain medication, and there's something here. You're going through health issues. Somebody's done something or doing something or currently and whatever, and it drains them. Or maybe it's just working around the people, the environment you're in. That can drain your fucking energy. And so by the time you get home, by the time you take that bra off, by the time you take them clothes off and those shoes off, you're fucking tired, man. You're just like, look, I mean, it'd be different if we were right in front of each other because we could just cuddle and go to sleep, but I got to tell, but I'm tired. Like, I really got so much on my mind and trying to reboot and all that. I can't even, I'm not trying to keep you on hold. I'm not trying to make you wait. I'm not trying to make you think anything to, like, keep you strung along. I'm not doing that. I hope someone's not doing that here. In some cases, maybe someone is. Maybe someone is talking to someone new and just met someone, and maybe this person's just waiting on the heartbreak. But I'm telling you, for the majority, I don't think that's the case. All right, guys, we're going to go. We got what we needed. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.